to actually start over here. This is where we're going to start with this because this is actually 2D trigonometry. So the only thing I'm going to give you guys is this right-angled triangle, right? I'm going to give you guys this right-angled triangle. And from this, where do our brains immediately go when we see right-angled triangle? I do, and it's like, you know, their soul, they do. Do you know why? Because starting tomorrow, my kids have maths homework. Good, all right, oh, beautiful. Okay, I'm getting quite a lot of answers coming in. All right, I've got Pythagoras over here, wonderful. We know that Pythagoras is going to have something to do with sides. And then I see somebody say opposite sides. I know that there's an opposite side, there's an adjacent side. What else should we be thinking about, guys? Think about where your brain needs to go. Ah, beautiful, Nicole, that's it. Our sine, cos, and tan graphs. Ah, Leah, I love how you're thinking outside the box, but beautiful. Congruence sometimes also comes in, congruency. It does. It just pops up out of nowhere when we didn't want it to come. Yeah, good. SOHCAHTOA, excellent. SOHCAHTOA will come up. Opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Beautiful, thank you. Who's this now? Is this Michael again? I always normalize corruption. I can't do these names. I love them though. I do. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. And then Mawanda says square root 1, 2, and 3. And I love that. I love that because it's very important that we learn about the square root 1, square root 2, square root 3. And I'm going to explain what it means in just a little bit because it's something completely different. I saw it on a YouTube the other day, on a maths YouTube, but it's amazing, guys. It's amazing. And I'm going to show you how it works. It teaches you those triangles so quickly, you guys will know. You won't believe this. You will not believe it. All right. Okay. So this is where our brains should go. We forgot one. We forgot one very important one. 180 degrees. Because we know that the angles inside the interior of a triangle equal 180 degrees. Let's never forget that. Okay. Because it is going to come up. Okay. We may not even see that it's come up, but they're still going to bring it up. And it's that simple, guys. Sometimes the question isn't complicated. We're not trying to trick you. Sometimes 180 degrees being the inside of a triangle does come up. All right, but this is 2D trig. So what we're doing in terms of 2D trig is we're taking just one triangle like I've given you here, and I'm moving it in different directions. But that doesn't change the fact that everything that we're looking at will actually be in terms of a right-angled triangle. Okay. All right, so let's have a look at this because today's lesson, we're actually going to be talking about distance. We're going to be calculating for distance. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, from everything that you've told me up there, okay, from everything that you told me up there, which of those are actually going to deal with distance? Let's think about all the different ways that we're going to have to talk about distance in any kind of question. Okay, I'm noticing that I've been given angles and I've been given sides. I need whoever it is that's unmuted to mute for me, please. Okay, I've been given angles and I've been given sides. Okay, what are we possibly going to use to find different sides if I've been given angles and sides? Okay, beautiful, Mawande. I love to see it. Good. We know that the inside angles of a triangle are going to give us 180, which is beautiful because we can tell that somewhere along here, we're going to have to use the fact that there's 180 degrees, right? How would I then figure out the sides if I've been given the angles? Can we use Pythagoras? Remember, I've been given angles and one side. Can I use Pythagoras to figure this out? Is that going to work? Yes or no? Leah says yes. What do you guys think? Anachita says not sure. That's a fair answer. Kagalelo says yes. Refilwe says no. Okay, let's see. Who else? What do you guys think? Michael says yes. Okay. Now, let's think about this before we go any further. We know that in order to use Pythag, what do we need? What's the formula for Pythag? Pythag says a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. What would I need in order to calculate Pythag? Do I need angles? What do I need? That's it, Nicole. We need sides. Do we have enough sides to use Pythagoras to answer this question? No. Are you seeing it? Well done, Refilo, for picking up on that. Okay, we don't have enough. We've only got one side. We've only got one. So in this case, where do you think we're going to go in order to answer these questions? We know Pythag is out of the question. What are we going to use to solve for the different sides? That's it. Beautiful, Nicole. We're going to use sine, cos, tan. And Caitlin, we could use congruency, but they've also only given us one side. So the congruency won't come in any sense in that case because we won't be able to. Besides, our two triangles are not congruent. All right, good. We're going to use SOHCAHTOA. Good, we're going to use SOHCAHTOA. Now, I want us to be very cognizant. If we look at what we've been given here, how many triangles have we actually been given? Have a look, guys. I don't agree. I don't agree with 2, but I agree with Caitlin and I agree with Nicole. I agree with Waruna. Hello, Waruna. Beautiful. It's 3. It's 3 triangles. So there's going to be a lot to be done. Good. Okay. No worries, Mamelo. Welcome. Good. There's our one triangle. Triangle number 1. Triangle number 2. And I can see why you guys would say 2 triangles. But here's another triangle here. Triangle number 3. Okay, so it's very important for us to know exactly what it is that we're working in. Okay, there are 3 triangles here. All right, so now that our brains are attuned to everything that we have and what we've been given, let's think about how we're actually going to answer the questions below. Okay, it says here, we are given below is a triangle ABC with D as a midpoint. Beautiful. D as the midpoint on BC. What does this tell me about either of these? How are we going to figure out, does this help me in any way? If I know that B is the D is the midpoint of BC, Mawanda, you're thinking correctly, just the opposite way of how I want you to be thinking about it. If D is the midpoint of BC, that's it, Isabel. Beautiful. That tells me that each of these sections is split into 4 each. That means this is 4 meters and this is 4 meters. Beautifully done, Isabel. Well done. Okay, so we're just interpreting the question that they've given us. All right, and they tell us that the length of BC is 8 meters, which we are aware of because it is on the drawing itself. Beautiful. Now it says, find the length of AC. We now want to find this length, the length of AC. Okay, now let's think about the information we've been given. Who wants to venture what we could possibly do to calculate for the length of AC? Anybody got any ideas? Okay, remember we've just said Pythag isn't going to work, but what have they given us? Okay, I know this is kind of faint. That says 32,01 degrees. Okay, I'm not going to be too fussy about the 0,1. Let's just call it 32 degrees. Good. All right. Mawande says trig ratios. And I agree. But Mawande, saying trig ratios isn't quite enough. It's not enough. Okay. We can know that we need to use trig ratios. Let's think about how we need to use the trig ratio. Who's got any ideas here? Okay, Caitlin says use sign, but Caitlin, I'm going to ask you to expound for me. Okay, elaborate. I'm going to teach you guys some English. I'm also an English teacher. Yeah, so please expound for me. And remember, Kagelelo, we only click shift if we want the angle. And at the moment, we don't want an angle, my sweetie. We're looking for the length of AC. Absolutely. Anatita, put your hand up for me, please. Ah, beautiful. Hello, Anatita. How are we doing?
I'm doing fine, ma'am.
Beautiful. Okay, what do you think our first step is going to be here?
Okay, so I'm thinking that we should find the opposite side, which we have to find the length of, oh geez, AB. So I don't know. I was just thinking about it now. So I was gonna use sine. So I was gonna use sine 32,01. Right?
Equals,
Sine.
okay. So let's venture this. We want AC. Yes, we want this long side, AC.
Yeah.
In terms of the angle that we've been given, what is AC to our angle? What do we look at it as? If this is the 90-degree angle, what would we call the side AC?
The hypotenuse.
Beautiful. It's the hypotenuse. Beautiful. It's the hypotenuse. Now, if we think about looking for the length of AB, right? If we look at the length of AB, we don't want the length of AB. We want the length of the hypotenuse, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to break this down into what we want and what we have. Do you remember Teacher Coco doing something like this? What do we want and what do we have? Okay. So we know that we have an angle. We have a 32-degree angle. And what other thing do we have in terms of our angle? What do we have? We don't have the hypotenuse. We have the 90-degree angle. What else do we have?
You mean for other angles, or we have like we have one side, which is 8 meters.
Good. We have the side, but in relation to our angle, what side is that? Oh, check what Siposihle said in the chat. Have a look at what Siposihle and Caitlin and Mawande have said in the chat. What have they actually given us?
Adjacent sides.
They've given us the adjacent side. Good. Our adjacent side is 8 meters, right? What do we want, Anutida? What is the thing that we actually want?
We want to find the length of AC.
Which is our what?
Hypotenuse.
Good, it's our hypotenuse. Beautiful. Now, we just need to take the information that they've given us here and put it together. Which ratio is going to use the adjacent and the hypotenuse?
Isn't it the adjacent and the hypotenuse? Was it 10? Am I right? Adjacent? No, wait, 10. Sokatoa. It's adjacent hypotenuse. Well, cos. Cos,
beautiful. Yes, that's it. It's cos. Right. So if we look at what we want and what we have, that's going to tell us how to put this together. Okay, you're going to help me put it together. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go cos of, what is our angle? Cos of the angle, what is the angle?
32.01.
Good, 32 degrees. I'm just going to call it 32 degrees. I'm not going to worry about the comma 01, right? That is equal to our adjacent over hypotenuse. How much is our adjacent?
Our adjacent is 8 meters.
Good, 8 over, what is our hypotenuse?
Our hypotenuse, AC.
AC, good. We don't know what our hypotenuse is. So what we're actually solving for here is for AC. You see that?
Yes. Oh no, I've
lost my okay. So, all right. Yes. Are you with me still?
Okay.
Okay.
It's fine. Yes.
All right. What is my next step? What would be my next step? I know I want AC on its own. So I want AC is equal to something. What would I do to get AC out of that denominator?
I'm not really sure. I want to say multiply both sides by it, but
Yes, no, absolutely. You're 100% correct. Don't
really?
don't doubt yourself. You've got this. Yes, we're going to multiply both sides by AC. Okay.
All right.
AC. And the reason we want to do that is because these two ACs will cancel each other out. So now
Yeah.
I've got AC times cos of 32 degrees is equal to 8. Now I still want AC on its own. How do I get rid of cos of 32?
Do we divide both sides by it? Cos 32.
Beautiful. We're going to divide both sides by cos of 32.
So that's how they did it. This time scam. This time scam me badly.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So now we know that AC is equal to 8 over cos of 32. Now all I need you to do for me, Anotida, is pick up your calculator and type in 8 over cos of 32 and give me an answer.
9.43.
Beautiful. 9.43. Let's not forget our dimension because they've given it to us in meters. So our answer would be 9.43 meters. Beautifully done. My dude, love you for trying. Okay.
Yeah.
Love the fact that you keep trying. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to ask you to put your hand up again as we keep going so that you can kind of get where we're going. You're going to tell me what happens next. Yes?
Yep, I will.
Yeah, I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. And I'm going to call on you. I'm going to be that one teacher who calls on people even though they don't want. I'm coming for you. Okay. Excellent.
I'm ready for it.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Amazing. All right. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was this question? 1 being, it's good, ma'am. I got you. I remember the stuff. 10 being like, ma'am, you may as well be speaking an alien language. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Okay. 200. Just sure. For the first time ever, I've seen Anutide give such a high mark for difficulty. Okay. The Slay Queen just wrote a phone number. They're just like, I'm not there. I'm not there. All right. Okay. Let's infinity. Caitlin. All right. Let's try this one again. All right. So there are some things that we need to do here, guys. There are some things we need to do. Okay. So let's start with exactly what it is they're asking us for. And we know that we're going to be using our SOHCAHTOA. Yes, guys? Right. So first thing we're always going to do, guys, is we're going to look at the information we have, right? I know that I've got an angle over here. I've got my angle 32.01 degrees. So, hi, Renee, no worries. The first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to label the things that are... Who is SOHCAHTOA? I'm wondering who SOHCAHTOA is today. I have a feeling, is it Kimakoko? No, it's not Kimakoko. Okay.
It's Amohalang.
Is it Amohalang? Hi, SOHCAHTOA. Nice to meet you. All right. So I'm going to start by doing this. I'm going to say, in relation to the angle they've given me, this 8 over here is 8 meters. And Anotida, you are up, my dude. You are up. This 8 meters is my adjacent side. That AB over there, that is my opposite side. And this side always is going to be my hypotenuse. That's my number one thing I'm always going to do. Okay. Okay. So our number one rule, guys, number one is label A, O, and H. Now, I'm going to erase this from the screen and I'm going to ask you guys an easy question. Easy question. What is the number one thing we do when we've been given an angle and a side? I'm hoping nobody's going to mess up because I literally Just removed it from the screen. I've just removed it from the screen. What is my thing that I'm going to do? Good, Jessica. Beautiful, Mawande. Remember. Yes, that's it. Good. We're going to label our O, our A, and our H. Label, guys. Label. Label. Yes, Sokatoa. Oh, Sokatoa is going to give me the right answer, and I knew. Yes, I knew. All right. So I know this side is my adjacent side. That far side over there, that's my opposite side. This side is my hypotenuse side. That's step number one. Step number one, label. Okay. No worries. No worries. Okay. Step number two is we are going to look at what we have versus what we want. Right. I can even split it into two things. Have, dot, dot, want, dot, dot. Okay. And I'm going to ask another stupid question. What is step number two? Wait, guys, wait. I didn't ask the question yet. Okay, now I'm asking. What is step number two? That's it. Good, Jessica. Good. What we have versus what we want. Good. Good. Have versus want. Thank you. Yes, actually, I agree with you. Have versus want. Good. What we have versus what we want. And then now we can jump into the question, guys. Now we're going to look at this and we're going to think about what do we have? What have I been given? Anybody venture to tell me? What have I been given? What do I have? Beautiful Refibe, that's it. I have my adjacent side. I have my adjacent side. And what else do I have? That's it, Mawande, beautiful. I've got the adjacent side, and I also have my angle, my 32 degrees. Okay, my adjacent side is 8 meters, and my angle, which is 32 degrees. Okay, now the question says to us, find the length of AC. Okay, AC is the length. But what do we want? When we say we want this, what do we want in terms of my triangle? What are we looking for? Yes, Refilo, beautiful. We're looking for our hypotenuse. Good. We're looking for our hypotenuse. Good. Now I just need to go ask myself, between the saw, the car, and the tower, which one has adjacent and hypotenuse? The cos. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our equations. Set up equation. Okay. What is my step 3, guys? What is step 3? Tell me, what is step 3? Good. Good, Mawande. Good. Write out the equation. Set up an equation. Guys, don't count. Just enjoy the holiday. Just enjoy the holiday as it goes. Okay. Enjoy your last day. All right, we're going to set up the equation. So remember, guys, we know that cos of the angle, we're just going to call the angle theta for now, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. So we now know we have our angle. So we're going to go cos of 32 degrees is equal to adjacent, which is 8, over hypotenuse, which is AC. Good. All right. So what is our next step from here? Yes, Anutida.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Wait, which one are we answering? B,
we're still
maybe?
Looking for AC.
For AC.
Okay,
We're doing this again.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know that you know the answer now, so you can't go away. Okay, you cannot go away. So you need to finish the sum for me.
Fine. I thought I was about to answer A, B. I just came back from doing something. Sorry.
No. You're also gonna answer that one. Don't think you're off the hook.
Yes.
You're answering both.
All right.
All right. Cool. All right. What is my my next step?
All right, multiply both sides by AC.
Good. We're going to multiply both sides by AC. AC, because I want to get AC out of the denominator. I don't like it being in the denominator. Good. So now I've got AC times cos of 32 degrees is equal to 8. I still want AC on its own. What's my next step?
All right, so we're gonna multiply both sides by cos 32 degrees.
Ooh, cos 32
no,
degrees
divide,
is multiplied.
Divide.
Good. Divide. Divide by cos 32. Divide by cos 32. Beautiful. So those two will cancel. Now I have left AC is equal to 8 over cos 32. And if we punch that into our calculator, what do we get?
9,43 meters. That's better.
Beautiful. I'm going to ask you to mute for me. Don't put your hand down, okay? Because you're going to answer A, B next for me. Just mute for me for 2 seconds. I just want to see everybody now. On a scale of 1 to 10, your understanding of the question. How well do we understand the question now? Okay, I'm liking this. I'm still seeing a couple of 2s and 3s, which is perfectly fine because we're going to do more examples, but I'm liking that we now understand where we're going. Beautiful stuff, guys. Amazing. Okay, awesome. Now, we're going to take this thing and like try and recalibrate what we're doing here in terms of what we need to do here. Okay, so I'm going to answer a very quick question before we continue. Right, before we continue. Somebody says, how do we know which side is which in terms of the angle? Right, so if I have my angle over here, let me go back up actually. Let me use this triangle over here. Right, if I have my angle theta, if this is my angle theta over here, the duty right next door, the guy right next door, this one, the one right next to my angle, that is always my adjacent side. Okay, the one furthest away from my angle, that's the opposite. Okay, and the one across from the 90-degree angle, that's always the hypotenuse. Thank you, Sokatoa. I'm always with the correct answers. Thank you, Sokatoa. Beautiful. All right, but remember, guys. Okay, yes, beautiful, Michael. Amazing. Because adjacent means next to. Okay, now if I take my angle theta and I move it up here, if I move my angle up here, what are we going to call that side? If this is my angle theta over here, what is this side right next to it going to be called? Amazing. This one here right next to it is our adjacent side. The one across from it, that one over there, which one is that? That's our opposite side. Beautiful. And we know that our hypotenuse is always going to be across from the 90-degree angle. So over there, that's our hypotenuse. Give me a thumbs up if all of this makes sense. Do we understand how to label each of them in terms of the angle that we've been given? Beautiful, Spiniseko, wonderful. Amazing, Leah. Thanks, Kia Leboha. Beautiful. Teacher Nels Dumelo says their screen is black and they can't see anything. Can you please help Dumelo out? Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so now let's go have a look at this next question. All right, so we know what we're going to have to do, guys. Okay, number one's already been done. We've already labeled, but now we need to think about our step 2 again. All right, we need to think about what we have and what we want. Now, my next question is, find the length of AB. For those of you who know what to do, go for it. For those of you who don't, Anotita is going to help us out because he's a nice dude like that. Okay, he's a nice dude. All right, Anotita, let's go for it. Okay, let's start with what we have. What do we have, Manu?
All right. So we have our hypotenuse length, which is 9.43 meters.
Good. Good. We've got the hypotenuse. Good.
And
what else do we have?
We also have our adjacent side, which is BC, which is 8 meters.
Good. We have the adjacent side. Good.
And
What
we
else do
also
we have?
have our angle C, which is 32 degrees.
Good. We've got our angle, which is 32 degrees. Beautiful. What do we want, Anatia?
We want to find the length of AB, our opposite.
Good, because in relation to our angle, this is the adjacent, we want the opposite side. The opposite side is AB. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to ask you,
I got
which ratio are we going to use if we need to use the opposite? And you can choose. Do you want to use the opposite and the hypotenuse, or do you want to use opposite and adjacent? Pick one.
We want to use, what should we call it? We're going to use sine, so we're going to use opposite of hypotenuse.
Beautiful, good. We can use sine, we can use opposite and hypotenuse. So we know that sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Good. I need you to fill in the blanks for me. Fill in the equation, set up the equation for me. What will it look like?
All right, so we're going to say sine 32 degrees. Which is equals to our opposite over, okay, which is equals to AB over 9,43 meters.
Over 9,43. Beautiful. All right, beautiful. You've set up our equation, but now we want AB on its own. What is our first step?
We're going to multiply both sides by 9,43 meters.
Beautiful. Multiply both sides by 9,43. We'll cancel. And now, lo and behold, we've got AB on its own. So my equation now reads that 9,43 times sine of 32 is equal to AB. And we just need to punch that into a calculator. Give me an answer.
Which
AB is equal to
okay, our normal answer, okay, our original answer is 4,99, so I rounded that off.
Okay, let's round it up. Okay, let's round it up. If it's 5, or is it 4,99?
Yeah, it's 4,99, but it turns into
okay. I guarantee you, if we had done 32,01, it would have come out as exactly 5. So we're going to round it up to 5 meters.
Yep.
Look at that. Did I not tell you that you're a whole genius?
Thank
I mean,
you
in case
much.
other people didn't know. In case other people didn't know. Well
I
done.
woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, and I feel great.
But now, you're cooking, my guy. You're cooking. You're cooking. Well done. Amazing stuff. Beautiful stuff. All right. Tell me, guys, give me a thumbs up if we understand everything that's just happened. Okay. Okay. Mawanda's already at an 11. I'm loving this. Ande, what's up, my sweetie?
Hi, Miss.
Rafina can use Python. Yes, you can. Yes, Ande.
Hi. I wanted to ask,
Yes.
during exam,
Yes.
would they provide us with an angle?
Yes.
Like the
Yes,
32,01?
Yes, they most likely will. And if they don't, they might ask you to give them the angle, right? But we know what we do when we look for when we look for the angle. What do we click on our calculator if we need to find the angle?
The shift?
Before you click, yes, that's it. You're going to click shift. So if they don't give you the angle and they ask you for the angle, then you're going to click shift. But now they've given us the angle and they've given us a side. They're going to ask us for a side. Okay.
Okay.
So we just need, that's why we need to do the have versus want, so that we can make sure we know exactly what it is they want from us. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now.
Good, my sweetie. All right. Excellent question, by the way. Love it. All right. Let's look at the next one, guys. Okay. It's a bit more difficult. It's a bit more difficult, but it was never going to be easy, guys. It was never going to be easy. All right. Let's read what the next question says. It says here, 2 friends are arguing about a route they should follow. Horatio says that traveling from E to B is the shortest route. Now, have a look. From E to B, that's the shortest route. Okay. While Ruan says that traveling from E to D and then to B is the shortest route. From E to D and then to B is the shortest route. Who is right? Show all working out to the nearest kilometer. Now, this is a length problem. Now, I want a brave volunteer to tell me, because what we're actually going to be looking for here, guys, are 3 different lengths. Who can name those 3 different lengths that we need to be looking for? Any volunteer? It's not a tent, Good, good. Michael says E to D, and I agree. We're going to have to look for the length of ED. What else do we need to look for? Good. E to B, good, EB. And the last one should be D to B, good, DB. Good. So we're going to be looking for all of these, but I want you guys to be very, very cognizant of what's happened here. What kind of information have they given us? Look at the screen, guys. What kind of information have they given us here, guys? Good, Nkechi, wonderful. They've given us angles. They've given us a lot of angles. How many sides have they given us though? Jessica's like, they've given us angels. I agree, they have. I'm angel number 1. Thank you. Good. They've given us a whole lot of angles, and they've only given us one side. A whole lot of angles and one side. Are we going to be able to use Pythagoras? No, not at all. Not at all. No, we won't be able to use Pythagoras. We don't have enough sides. I love that. Good. Good, Mawande. We don't have enough sides. So what is our only option here? That's okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amahalan. Okay, so if we can't use Pythag, what involves angles and sides? Trig ratios, good. We know that we're going to have to use our trig ratios, guys. We're going to have to use our SOHCAHTOA. Okay. Michael says, is D the midpoint of C and E? No. We will not assume that because they haven't told us that. Okay, so we cannot assume that. Okay, but there is quite a bit for us to do in this case, and we're going to work through it in just a little bit. Okay, all right, let's think about what information we've been given here, guys. All right. We need to think very carefully about what we've been given. Let's start by looking at the most obvious. Okay, let's start by looking for the length of DB. DB. Now, which angle are we going to associate with DB? Anybody can pick any of the angles. Which angle can we use? Okay, cool. So Mawande says, oh, there are 2 Michaels. Sorry. So there's a Michael one from, okay, so this is the instruction I've been given, guys. Because there are 2 Michaels, one Michael is Michael because he's Michael B. Jordan. We have to call him Michael from Wakanda, which I like. We're going to call him Michael from Wakanda. And then the other Michael apparently is Michael from ANC. So that's the instruction I've been given. I've been given that instruction. So I will know how to differentiate between the 2 of you. All right, we can use angle B. Okay, we can use angle B, guys. All right, so if I use angle B, what is 60 kilometers in terms of my B over here? Is it my adjacent? Remember, guys, step one is to label. Is it my adjacent, my opposite, or my hypotenuse? What is 60 kilometers in terms of it? Good. It's A. It's my adjacent side. Good. What about DC? Good. Is my opposite. Right? And DB is my hypotenuse. Good. Good. It's my hypotenuse. All right. Good. So now we know that we've got our labels in check. Good. Number one. Number two, let's do our have versus want. Right. What do I have? Okay. In terms of the triangle we're working in, guys, remember we're working in triangle DCB. Okay. What do I have and what do I want? What do I have, guys? If there's anybody who'd like to venture, who'd like to put their hand up, venture to put their hand up and give me the answers. Anybody but Anotida? Okay, good. All right. Okay. Anotida, I know you've got the answer for me because you figured out the golden formula. Okay. I see that you figured it out. And I was hoping somebody else would help us out, but Anotida, if you wanna take this one. Anutida's already done. Okay, Mawanda says I can do this on my own. Mawanda, do you want to put your hand up and speak to me about it? I know, Slay Queen. I know. Mawanda, are you there?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, how are you doing, Mawanda?
Pretty well. Yeah, I'm doing
Good.
decent.
Good. All right. Okay, tell me, what do we have?
So we have two angles, and we have one side
Good.
which is adjacent.
Good. So
And
39,81. I'm only going to use the 39,81 because if we start using this one, then this is no longer going to be adjacent. Do you agree?
yeah, it's now
Good.
it's
So I'm
changing.
only going to
the
use the
thing.
39. Aha, exactly. So I'm going to use 39,81 and the adjacent side. Good. What do we want?
We want the opposite side, so DC, but DC, so we want the opposite side.
Good. All right. Okay. So we want the opposite side. We want DC, the opposite side. All right. That's question number two. We've got our have versus want. Give me number three. We're going to set up an equation. Okay. Set up an equation for me.
So we have we're looking for opposite, we have adjacent, so that means we're going to be using 10. And
Beautiful. Power. Good. So tan of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. All right, set it up for me.
Okay. Ma'am, do we have to round off the angle for 39, like 39.0, or
No,
they just
not in
leave it
this
like
case. Not in
okay,
this
so
case.
it's just 39.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have 39, and then there's tan 39 equals 60. I mean, tan 39 equals opposite over 60.
Good. Okay. That tan 39,81 degrees is equal to opposite, which is DC over 60. All right. Okay. And somebody has just pointed this out. Yes. Mawande, what are we actually looking for? Are we looking for the opposite side?
Yes, we are.
Oh, no. What are we looking for?
DC, DB. So
DB is the?
yeah, so it's the hypotenuse. We're looking for the hypotenuse.
It's the hypotenuse. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
You see, both you and I have done it. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go back. Both you and I. All right. Let's start it. No worries. I also made the same mistake. Okay, we want the hypotenuse. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
to everybody
guys,
in the chat.
I'm
All right,
too silly
let's start
today.
again. It's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. All right. What are we actually looking for? Which ratio are we going to use now?
We're going to be using So we're gonna be using cos. So cosine.
Good. Cos of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Good. All right, let's go for it. Give me my equation.
So we have 60 over hype
Cos
or
of, start at cos for me.
cos 39 equals 60 over hype or BC.
Good. 60 over dB in this case, because we're looking for dB. Okay.
BB. Yo.
Good. What's our next step?
Our next step is multiply DC. So multiply DC
Multiply
to
both
the
sides
other
by?
side. I mean multiply
Good,
both
good.
sides by DC.
Okay, good. Those two will cancel, and I will have dB cos of 39,81 degrees is equal to 60. What is my next step?
So we then divide cos 39 and by 60.
Good. Cos 39,81. Cos 39,81. Good. That will cancel. So all I need you to do, Mawande, in your calculator, put in dB is equal to 60 over cos 39,81 degrees and give me an answer.
The answer would be 78.1 and 0.11.
0.11 kilometers. Don't forget the kilometers part. Okay, beautifully done. Well done, Mawande. I know this one was like kind of tricky. They're still kind of getting tricky, but we're gonna get there. Hey, I don't think they're not that bad. We're gonna get there. All right, beautiful.